Now that we've examined how devices join a Wi-Fi network, we can tackle what happens after association, how devices actually share that airspace. Remember, wireless links are shared and unpredictable. Unlike Ethernet, Wi-Fi cannot reliably detect collisions while transmitting. So instead of collision detection, 802.11 relies on collision avoidance. If you remember, Ethernet uses CSMA-CD, carrier sense multiple access with collision detection. It's a little bit of a mouthful. Devices listen before transmitting, and they detect collisions during that transmission period. Wireless networks, on the other hand, cannot do this reliably because the transmitting signal overwhelms the receiver circuitry. A Wi-Fi device cannot hear another transmission clearly while it's sending its own. This limitation forces a little bit of a different strategy. Instead of detecting collisions, Wi-Fi tries to prevent them in the first place. CSMA-CA, collision avoidance, begins with carrier sensing. A device listens to determine whether the channel is idle before transmitting, and if the medium is busy, it just waits. If it appears idle for a defined interframe spacing period, then the device may proceed. This listening phase reduces the probability of immediate collisions, but because not all devices can hear each other, this isn't really sufficient for what we need to achieve. When a channel is busy, devices initiate a random back-off timer. Each device selects a random countdown interval within the contention window. The channel decreases only while the channel remains idle. If another transmission occurs, then the countdown pauses. When the timer reaches 0, the device transmits. This randomized delay spreads out the transmission attempts and reduces those simultaneous collisions a lot more often. After transmitting a data frame, the sender expects an acknowledgement from the receiver. If the receiver successfully decodes the frame, it responds with an acknowledgement after a short interframe spacing. If an acknowledgement doesn't arrive, then the sender assumes the collision or an error occurred. The sender then increases its contention window and retries again. This feedback loop allows the network to adapt under congestion, and acknowledgements are critical because collision detection is not always available. The hidden terminal problem further complicates our medium access problem, right? Two devices may be within range of an access point, but not within range of each other. Each senses an idle channel and transmits simultaneously. The collision occurs at the access point, not at the senders. Neither sender then detects the other beforehand, and this scenario requires additional coordination and mechanisms because of it. Now, RTS and CTS, request to send and clear to send, they kind of address this hidden terminal problem. A sender first transmits that request to send frame to the reserved channel, and the access point replies with that clear to send frame that all nearby devices can hear. Upon hearing that clear to send, other devices then defer transmission for the specified duration. Now, 802.11's MAC replaces collision detection with a structured avoidance. Carrier sensing, random back-off acknowledgements, and RTS-CTS work together to manage that shared medium in which Wi-Fi operates on. These mechanisms, they're by far from perfect, but they dramatically reduce our collision probability. The design reflects the physical constraints we studied earlier.